What's up, guys? I have had a cigarette, I've had food, and I am on, I think, my third Red Bull for the day. And fucking so ready to do my review of Heavy Rain on the PS3. Um, the nerd that I am, I went and bought this game at the midnight release, and played it pretty much non-stop for a while. Um, And I think a lot of people, because like I've done with the other games, I went on and read reviews and on the message boards of people who've played this game, and I think a lot of people have missed the point of this game, or the kind of genre that Quantic Dream was trying to go with this game. Um, and people, if you've played Indigo Prophecy, you had to be excited about this game, like I was, because I played Indigo Prophecy. Um, And Indigo Prophecy was on the PS2, and it wasn't really promoted that heavily, so a lot of people probably missed out on that one. But if you liked Heavy Rain, I definitely suggest that you go and play Indigo Prophecy. Find it somewhere, because it was a fantastic game, and definitely a pioneer in interactive gaming. Um, and some things that I read online went on about that it was basically just one long quick time event. It was dull to play through. People didn't really get what they were trying to do with the game, and I think if you can embrace the idea that it was considered more an interactive movie than an actual video game, I think it's a lot easier to like that way. Um, because Indigo Prophecy was really the first of its kind as far as being an interactive movie, and I know Heavenly Sword was claiming to pioneer the whole interactive movie thing, but they really didn't. It was Indigo Prophecy. And there were some people, one of the things that they wanted you to get excited about before the game came out was how much little decisions affected the overall story. And there's only so far that they can take the story, as far as the things that you do in different directions. Now, somebody on one of the reviews I read said that it never asked you to do any real thinking. It was basically just going from point A to point B, and that's a load of bullshit, because it pretty much, especially if you're one of the people that likes to get trophies, there's dozens of possibilities in any given chapter of this game for you to make different choices that will affect the way the story plays out. Now, essentially, it's going to eventually play out the same, in terms of the conclusion, because the whole point is of you trying to find out who the Origami Killer is, and a lot of people are like, well, the Origami Killer is the same every playthrough. Well, there's only so many ways they can spin the story, and they can't make an ending for each character, each of the four characters, where each one of them is the Origami Killer. I mean, there's just really, if you've played the game, you know there's really no way they can spin that one with the way that it went. And other people were saying that too many quick time events. Play Indigo Prophecy, please, and see where this game was coming from, because Quantic Dream made Indigo Prophecy, and then they made Heavy Rain, which was one of the reasons I was so excited about it, was because I loved Indigo Prophecy so much. And some other people said that there were parts of the storyline that were left unexplained, but they never said what was left unexplained. So I'd really like for somebody to tell me where they went through the game and missed a part of it, because I didn't. I know I didn't. I mean, the game is all about basically immersing yourself in these four characters, and people are always complaining about, games not seeming real enough, there's not enough realism, it's not lifelike enough, and then they give you a game that's basically going through everyday things that people would do in these situations, and you claim it's too much realism. What do you want then? I mean, it's the same when I just did my Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. People complained that there was too much Italian speaking in there. You would have complained if there wasn't any Italian speaking in there. It's like some people can just never be satisfied with anything, pretty much. And there were people who said that the game didn't distinguish itself from any other video games, that there was nothing that really set it apart, and I think that's a load of bullshit, because the only two games that are like anything is it's Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain are the only games that you're gonna find that can very well claim the title of interactive movie. I mean, those are it. I want somebody else to give me a game that's basically like an interactive movie to the level that Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain are. And there were other people complaining that as detailed as the characters were, and as lifelike as their expressions seemed, that other things kind of fell to the wayside. Like somebody said something about a car rearview mirror looking like a piece of glass or something like that. Like it wasn't rendered well enough. And that just goes again. Like, no matter what they do, people are never going to be satisfied with some little aspect of it. And one thing that I thought was great about it was that all of the actors that played these parts were auditioned like it was a movie. They all look like the actual character, so they were actually chosen based on their look as well. It's like the character renderings came after the actors were chosen as opposed to before, which is something that not any other video games that I can think of have done before. So this really was handled more like a movie than an actual video game. They kind of just gave you the tools to immerse yourself into it, hence interactive movie. People complained about it was slow to start. Yeah, it's slow to start, but you're not going to understand where the main protagonist is coming from unless you go through his storyline at the beginning of it. So, I mean, that really wasn't a problem for me. If you're trying to get the entire story out of it, as opposed to, like, if I was going to go back and play through, I'd skip the whole first part just so I could do stuff differently to get the different endings. And I've yet to see a game that goes as far in depth as far as the endings are concerned as Heavy Rain does, given that for each character you have 4 characters, and for each character there's multiple endings you can get for them. And people who have said that there's no replay value for this game, I don't know where they're getting that either, because especially if you're the type of person like me who likes to get all the trophies you can for certain games, and Heavy Rain is one of those that I work on simply to get the trophies for it, because there's so many different options you have for these different chapters and different things that you can do, and it's insane how much there is to do with this game. And if you haven't played it, I suggest that you do and get past what you've heard about it being boring or tedious or what have you, because I guarantee you by the time you finish it, you're going to be completely in love with it, just like I am. And for everybody who doesn't appreciate what this game was trying to do, don't make any more reviews for it. And that's all I'm going to say on it. So, bye guys.